Okay, hello, welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is Tatsu, my pointer. Ever since I did my nonfiction and I pulled all my books, my nonfiction books off my shelves, I have really just been itching to change them. Now, not that long ago, well, when I set up these bookcases here, it was really meant to encourage my kids to read. And so I had books for them, including, I think I had picture books on one of the lower shelves. We had very kid-friendly nonfiction. I had 2 shelves right here of that. I fairly recently, I think in the last year, may have been a year now, I redid my shelves. I moved my I moved my books that I've already read to the bottom 2 over here. And my daughter and I moved our favorite series to the shelf that's underneath my TBR shelf. Well, I'm reading more adult books now, and I have more adult books. I've been collecting them, and they've been in the other room because I had the kid stuff here. More young adult books, and the adult books were in where the computer is, my office. Now they're very much adult. They're even out of the house. I want the shelves to be a little more, I don't know. But anyway, what I want to do is put adult books across the top 2 shelves. And now that one shelf has been adult books for, I think always, pretty much always. I have too many Harry Potter things. I want to put that across 2 shelves. I don't know. I have no idea if I'm pointing in the right spot. The nonfiction books here, this is where I would look at my gardening books. So my gardening books are going to go underneath you guys as the end table. I'm going to put my gardening books there. And the other nonfiction and the ones on the bottom are going to go in the other room. And the adult and young adult books that are in there, some of them, are going to come out here. That's my plan. The bottom shelf is going to continue series. And that way, I'm thinking I won't have that many books. I have no idea. I have so many books. But let's do this together. All right, Tatsu. So let's get started. Move the ball back. I've been collecting classics. So I do want to put classics on one end of the adult shelf. So I have Steinbeck and Faulkner and just all sorts. I've already collected a few books over here. I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to count my friend Flicka, which is, like I've mentioned before, I was the horsey girl. I'm going to count that as a classic. I don't know if you can see that, but there's so much dust on these. One of these days I'll read these, and yes, I know they're not in order, but I want to give them a good try. The Stand, not actually my book, it's actually my husband's book. Okay, I found a bunch of string. I have 3 shelves that are empty now. Meow. And I used to do this all the time. My grade school pictures, I always had a string around my neck. Yeah, I think it's time to move some books. Okay, I think first I need to move my series books down. Yeah, let's start there. Now here's going to be the hard thing. I am going to take, if I've read the first book, I'm going to put it with the others. I think that I can keep track of which ones I've read which ones well, I've got it all on Goodreads anyway, so. My series of unfortunate events, which is not complete, plus my unauthorized autobiography. But they're all going to go together. Alex Rider, which is basically James Bond for kids. My son's books. I'm actually thinking about not keeping them here because I don't think that I'm going to necessarily want to read them, though I do want to read the first one. I might remove them, we'll see. I love all of Tom Engelberger's books. He wrote, these are the Origami Yoda books, which are just so good. I've read this one. We don't have the first one or the second. I guess we don't have the first three. How to Train Your Dragon books. I have 1, 2, and 9. Is that 1? Oh no, I have 2, 3, and 9. But I did read the first one, which is actually nothing like the movie. Love the movie, love the movies, but also love these books. And also along the lines of dragons is the, I don't know which one's the first one. Icefire is the first, no, Fire Within. Fire Within, then Icefire, and then a few others, and then these. That's what happens when you buy them on the library bookshelves. You don't always get them in order. Okay. Okay, well, I filled in my series shelf. But I had 3 more series that won't fit in. I suppose I could just stick them on top of my dragon books. I'll put School of Fear there. Okay. So now my physical TBR books are going to go in here. Now I managed to get all of my middle grade into basically one row. Plus my TBR shelf, which is sort of overflowing, but that's okay. But okay, I'm happy with this. It's a little overcrowded, but that just means I have more books to read, right? So these were the ones that were on display. This is Echo. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this. So, and then I had this one on display. Now, I'm thrilled that I got all 3 of these emptied. I didn't touch the caps. There are a couple books that are behind there that are, I would say, classics that I might pull out. I've got a Dickens that I can see from here. They are by no means alphabetized, but they are roughly where I want them to be, and I can find what I need to find. Not the neatest looking, but that's okay. We're working on that. Now, let's put some adult books up. I do know I want to put the classics at this end. Actually, I want to put the classics here and the books I've read already on that. So let's do that. Let's start with the classics. Okay, as I've mentioned before, I'm thinking about making next year's a priority reading the classics. So I have Alice in Wonderland, Little Princess and Little Men. I'm not going to worry about the order yet. I'm just going to put them up. My Friend Flicka. A very not nice copy of Catcher in the Rye. But that's okay. Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank. Long Valley. Phantom of the Opera. I really want to read that. Picture of Dorian Gray. Sound and Fury. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I just really want to read that. So starters, those. All right. Road to Tender Hearts. I might unhaul this. The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, which is also the author, She Who Shall Not Be Named. I enjoyed this book. I didn't continue with the series. I'll see how much room I have. Maybe that's a sign. Man Called Ove. The Measure. I love this book. I want everybody in the world to read this book. And books 2 and 3 of the Lady Darby series. For now, they can stay like that. Now what? Okay, my adult books. I'm going to put, well, let's put the stand back. And I'm going to put my Dan Browns, but I'll put them in the right order. I had these three on my TBR shelf. They really are priority, so I think I'm going to put them back. Time Traveler's Wife. I've seen the movie, I don't even know how many times, but I really want to read it. But it was a chunker, so I haven't done it yet. It's kind of big book intimidation. This is a Miss Gathercole's Girls. It's a very old book that I've had since early 80s, I think. It must be a Book of the Month Club. Cloud Atlas. I was going to read it before I watched the movie, and I still haven't watched the movie. I need to read this. I'm going to count Outsiders as a classic. I didn't have room for Inheritance Games, but I'm going to put it on my TBR shelf. I really want to read this. I'll worry about filling up this shelf later. I don't know, what do you think? Clearly that side needs help. Sure about this. It feels like a waste of space, but I do have something else that I might put on that shelf. I got this for Christmas some years ago. I do it every Christmas time. It's a 3D, 4D puzzle. I love this. Maybe behind it I'm going to put this Harry Potter and the Marauder's Map. This one was hard. This was a hard puzzle. I have this one, but I don't think I'm going to put it here. I'm good with that. We'll see. I'll play with it. I have some nonfiction that I'm going to put up on the adult. Now, I have read the Audrey Hepburn, but I think I'm going to put them together anyway. The Literary Heritage, I showed this during my nonfiction, and then also Educated, which I really do want to read. That works for me for now. It's all temporary. I have one more shelf, and I think I'm going to put my puzzles there. The puzzles that I want to work on next, or my favorite puzzles. For starters, I'm tired. All right, for starters, I'm going to put this puzzle up. It is a two-sided puzzle. It's the outside of a dollhouse and the inside of a dollhouse. I don't know if you can see that. Super cute. My daughter and I did it. We decided to keep that one. My library has a puzzle exchange, so that's where I get a lot of these puzzles. This one just says autumn to me, so I'm going to do that one probably next-ish. And then October, I have a nice Halloween type one. In a few days, the library will have another exchange, and I'll stick some other puzzles up. But I think I'm done. I'm really excited. That was kind of fun. I can't wait to see. I got to put my knickknacks back. Way too many knickknacks. But yeah, let me keep going. I did pull out A Christmas Carol and Great Expectations. Those were behind the caps. Now that I don't have any room. A couple more shelves to wipe down. I still need to clean up my red books, but I'm going to work on that myself. The phone's probably not going to stay. I'll figure that out. I actually could put the Harry Potter puzzle in there. That would fit just right. Alright, that works. Not great. This is actually a textbook. It's Plays for Theater, an anthology of world drama. There's a number of plays in here that I actually want to read. I'm not sure where to put this. I'm going to put it with the classics because it does have Shakespeare. It has Raisin in the Sun, which I have no idea how old that is. It also has Death of a Salesman. I wouldn't mind reading that again. That was one of the ones we did in class. So I'll probably play with it a little bit, so next time you see it, it might look a little bit different, but I'm really happy. I gotta sit with it and see how it feels. I'm gonna put the knickknacks on. You guys don't need to watch that. You'll see what that ends up looking like. But I'm happy. I've got my adult books. I've got classics. I've got some nonfiction. I've got the books that I've read that I really like. So again, I might get rid of the Galbraith one. I've spread out my Harry Potter so I can see them. And brought my favorite puzzle out. I have my middle grade all on these 3 shelves straight across and my TBR shelf. And then I have my series, which I need more room for series. I didn't get Hunger Games there. I didn't put, there were like 3, I didn't put my Wrinkle in Time series there. So there were at least 3 or 4 series that could go in if I had room. I'm not going to force them. It's fine. I might play with that. We'll see. But I'm happy with that. I think that's really good. It's not the best looking shelves, but it's mine. It's for me. And that's it. If you think I should prioritize any of these. How about Kite Runner? I know this is a book. I think I got this when it was something my son was potentially going to read in high school. It's one of those good for you kind of books. Should I keep it? Let me know. And if you've read the Dan Brown books, I would love to hear from you. Encourage me to read them or to unhaul them. Either way, I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Okay, like I said, I've got a lot. You should see. I'm not even going to show you the other room. But I have a lot of nonfiction books to put away. And I have a lot of knickknacks to put back on the shelves. I have no idea where I'm going to put all my little erasers. So it's been a couple of days. And I still really like it. Now, I did clean up a few little things. I got rid of a couple of books. So I moved the Inheritance games up here. There's a little bit more room. I did get rid of the Galbraith. I still haven't figured out a way to fit in more of my series other than I have some large books there that are like complete series in one volume. I might move those. I cleaned up my red books a little bit. I did put a couple of them up behind the caps. There's more room behind the caps, so I might put some more up there. Overall, I'm really happy. Again, these shelves are for me, pretty much me alone. I sit right there and I look at them, and now I see them, and I'm very happy with how they turned out. And in a couple of days, I'll get a few new puzzles. Now, I didn't do an official bookshelf tour because I kind of told you about the books as I was putting them in. If I ever do the newbie tag, I'll give you a full bookshelf tour then. But you saw the books as I was putting them in. Those are the ones you're interested in the most anyway. So there we go. And this is it, the actual goodbye. So thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.